Welcome back to Warhammer 40k Theorists, where today we're going to take a look at the new Chaos Space Marine points. They just got an update, even though GW basically didn't tell anybody. So we're going to take a look at that sort of stuff today. We're going to go through it in order by what's in the index, because I don't actually have the Codex. This is actually coming out before the Codex came out, because the Codex has been leaked. So, yeah. If you guys like that kind of content, be sure to Thunderhammer or Demon Hammer the like button in this case. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, smash Norgle's bell icon, check out our other videos, do all that stuff. It really helps with the algorithm. And we're just going to get right into this. Starting with Abby. Abby the Despoy. He is now 295 points. He used to be like 310, I want to say. I don't have all the points memorized for Chaos because it's one of the factions that I just don't play. I don't really care about Chaos. They're just not my jam. So, Abaddon down to 295. He's also different in the Codex, which I will be doing a Codex review. So once I have it in my hands, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to do it probably by myself. I don't know if I'm going to have a guest that the next time. We'll see. But we're going to go over that, and we're going to get through all this. And we'll actually have updated points, so I'll be able to review that with updated points, which is nice. So, Accursed Cultists. 85 points for the 8 or 170 for the 16. They went down really significantly. I think they were 210 before. So 40 points less for the Accursed Cultists, which they needed to be because they're also not what they used to be. They are not index craziness, so that's nice that they went down for sure. That is going to be something I think you're going to see them on the table again, at least in mass. Chaos Bikers, they also got changed. We'll go over that in the Codex review, but they're actually cheaper than they were before. They went down in the last field manual update. They went down to 75 points. They're now 70, and still not going to be taken. The Land Raiders, 240. Great, the Land Raider's awesome. It lets you advance, or it lets you move and then get out and charge. It's super duper tough. It's toughness 12, 16 wounds, 2-up save, potentially access to Armor of Contempt, las cannons. Everything about it is great. It's 240 points, and I'm a huge fan of the Land Raider there. So, I already went out of order. We're going to go back to Harken World Claimer here. So, Harken World Claimer, he is 90 points now. He's pretty cool, and I'm not going to read what he does. All this stuff is irrelevant. We're just going to roll through the data sheets here. Huron Blackheart is 80 points. So, cool. I'm not sure how many points he was before. He was probably 80 points before. He's 80 points again. The Demon Prince, just the regular one. The Demon Prince is 165. So, I'm not sure how many points he was either, but he is now 165 because he was less in the Codex. The Prince with Wings is going to be 180 for the Prince with Wings. Now, I kind of know what he does in the new Codex. I've heard there's some rumors. Not even rumors, but he basically does impact mortal wounds when he charges, and he can also do mortal wounds when he flies over stuff. So he is pretty cool. For 180 points, he's probably worth it, I would think. Fabius Bile is a cool 85 points. Gonna be thematic here, but I'm gonna say it a lot. Not sure how many points he was before. He is now 85 though, so whatever. Not sure if he's really worth taking. Cypher. Cypher McDifer is 90 points. We'll see how good he is when we get to the Codex. He's 90 points now. The MOP, the OG MOP, looks like it did not change. He is 70 points. So he's probably not as good as he used to be because I know the Possessed lost their devastating wounds all the time. At least when they do it Dark Pact. They only can do it once a game now. So Master of Executions is, or I'm sorry, Master of Possession is 70 points. Yes, 70 points. Okay, moving along to the Chaos Lord. He is 90 points, although I think he was like 95 in the last balanced data slate thing. So he actually went down a little bit. He's probably still ridiculous. I hear people humming and hawing about him, so 90-point Chaos Lords, get excited for that because you're going to have Thunderhammers being shoved down your throat. They're going to like reroll wounds with Legionnaires, and they're going to be devastating wounds, and they're just going to kill a bunch of shit. So Chaos Lords are pretty fucking good, and they're cheaper now, so I like it. Chaos Lord in Terminator armor. I just saw him. He has 95 points. Doesn't have a demon hammer, and I don't care. But he's 95 points, so he's pretty durable for his points, but we're going to have to see what he actually does. It's a little bit different than the last couple of, the last time updates have happened. I haven't actually had the units in front of me. I'm just trying to give you guys something a little bit nicer to look at while I'm talking instead of just the points up here with my cursor scrolling around everywhere. So, the Sorcerer. The Sorcerer himself, he's got to be somewhere towards the end here, right? In the S's. He has 60 points, so he's pretty damn cheap. Alright, so moving along to the Sorcerer in Terminator armor. He is 90 points, so he's much more expensive. He is like 50% more expensive than the Sorcerer, which is a lot. Alright, Sorcerer. Lucius the Eternal. I think he has, I don't think he's in here actually. No, we have Legionnaires and then Lord Discordant. That's it. We don't have this guy anymore. He is over here in the Emperor's Children rules, which we'll get to in a second. So, Lucius the Eternal, not in there. Lord Discordant. Lord Disco. So the Disco Lord. He is 190 points. This is way too expensive for 190 points. Anyway, he's 190 points. The Warp Smith, so this is your Tech Marine guy for Chaos. They should just make a whole faction, like Dark Mechanicus. That needs to be a faction. So the Warp Smith, he's going to cost you 70 points. He's basically the same exact thing as a Space Marine Tech Marine. Exalted Champion, what is this guy? So he's basically like your lieutenant, right? So either this guy's gone, or I just can't see. Exalted Champion. I think he's gone. I don't see him on here. So this guy doesn't exist anymore, so we can forget him. The Dark Apostle, I think he's 70 points. Dark Apostle, he is 75 points actually. So 75 points for 3 dudes there. Now this says that he went down. He was probably 75 points before. The Dark Commune, they are 65 points, I think. They are 65 points, and it says that they went up from what was in the Codex. What? This unit is ridiculous. Gives them a 5-up invuln. It gives this unit attached to 5-up invuln, advance in charge, and +1 to hit and wound once a game. Seems good. Legionaries. These are 80 points for your Legionaries, so those are also super duper good now. They get reroll wounds. You can attach a Lord to them. He rerolls all of his wounds with his Thunder Hammer. Kills a bunch of stuff. They're super cheap. They have an icon. They have Power Fist. They're nice. Cultists are 50 points, or 100 points if you take a unit of 20. Units of 20 definitely have some viability, especially because you can like take units of 20 of them and infiltrate them or scout them up. I think it's infiltrate if you have certain things. So infiltrate these guys up with a 20-man unit. You can cover the entire table. You can keep your opponent in their deployment zone turn 1. Pretty nutty. Cursed Cultists we already talked about. These guys are great. They're 170 points if you take the big unit of them, which feels like the right amount of points now, for sure, because they don't have the regenerate. They're only AOC 1. There's all kinds of nerfs that they got. So now that they are not super duper expensive and lost all that stuff, yeah, you're going to see a Cursed Cultist again for sure for 170 points. Defo. Chaos Terminator Squad. I think these went down. They are 370 points for 10, so they're 37 points a model. Then you have the Master of Executions. This guy is brutal in combat with 5 attacks with dev wounds and precision, so he's just another thing that wants to be attached to Legionaries, because I think he can, yeah. So he attaches to Legionaries, gets reroll wounds, crushes things, and it feels great. Each time he destroys a character, gets CP. Awesome. Master of Executions is 80 points. So he is still less than a Chaos Lord. Obviously, your Chaos Lord has more abilities or better abilities. He can give you free stuff with 3 free stratagems on him. Master of Executions does not do that, but he can reroll the hit roll, and he can reroll the wound roll potentially. But as long as something is below its starting strength, he can reroll the hit roll, which is the important thing. So he just goes in there with his 5 attacks, strength 7, boom, 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 Dark Pact with sustained or lethals or whatever you need. Dev wounds with reroll wounds, just chops something up. Kills a character really easily as well because he has precision. So a lot of people don't play for that, and especially with combat, it can be difficult with combat as well. So yeah, awesome. Master of Executions for 80 points. Possessed are 250 points for the 10 of them. They can't get a 6 of Feeling of Pain anymore, so it's nice that they went down, and they also lost their dev wounds all the time, basically. So it's nice that they went down, but they probably need to go down more. Probably, yeah. They're not it. Chosen. The Chosen are 250 points for 10 of them. 25 points a model, 3 wounds. They can advance and charge, or fall back and charge and shoot. So they're pretty damn good. You can now put Abaddon with them as well, so it just makes them a lot better because they can have something useful attached to them. Well, they can have something even more useful attached to them because you can attach Chaos Lords to them as well, and that's a great spot for them. Advancing and charging with that Thunderhammer is real nice, or the Master of Executions, who can give them rerolls to hit and rerolls to wound if they're attacking the right units. Just rerolls to hit is good enough in a lot of cases because they're hitting on 3s with most of their combat, with all their combat actually. So yeah, pretty awesome. Chosen for the win. Noise Marines, these are gone. They're not in the index or in the Codex anymore. The Venom Crawler, this thing is 110 points now. I'm not sure if it went down. It went down from what it was in the Codex, but my god. 110 points for this thing in the Bashtord attachment. That is pretty insane. So we'll get to that in the Codex review, so make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, so that you don't miss that when that comes out. Chaos Bikers, we already went over them, 70 points. Raptors are also very, very strong. I think they're 80 points. They're actually 85 points. There's a little off, but Raptor's great. They can take 2 special weapons apiece. So a big unit of 10, you probably don't need that, but a bunch of units of 5, yeah, I'm about that. That's nice. Pretty sure that they are the same, so while you're within 6 inches of them, you take battle shock tests at -1, and then when they get into combat, you have to take battle shock tests, so yeah. Raptors, okay. Warp Talons, 110 points for these absolute bullshit units. So what these do now is they get to just jump back up into the air if they're no longer, if they were in combat that turn basically, and they're not in combat at the end of the turn, they can jump back up into the air, and you can do it with multiple units. So, dude, 310 points. Just take 3 units of Warp Talons, just come down, kill stuff, and you can like charge with multiple units if you need to, kill it. They both jump up, like. What? Oh no. Who wrote this bullshit? Seems good. Seems good for 110 points. Warp Talons are going to be all over the place, and you're not going to be able to interact with them. It's going to be like Swooping Hawks, except worse, because they're just going to get into combat with like 20 twin-linked Strength 5 AP2 attacks, and just murder stuff. So Warp Talons are awesome now. Havocs are 120 points. They are your Devastator Squad equivalent. I'm pretty sure they can just take the same weapons. Yeah, they can all just take the same weapons, unlike Devastator Squads, right? Can Devastator Squads take the same weapon 4 times? I thought they can only take 2. No one runs them. I don't run them. I don't really care. But Havocs can take 4, 120 points. Their toughness 5. They do hit on 3s with all their guns, unlike Devastators, so they are better. So Havoc's pretty cool. Obliterators are, I think, are 170 points. They are 170 points. They also changed a little bit. Their gun for, their Flash Metal gun is 18 for the Melta. I'm not sure if it's 18 for the rest of them, but I know it's 18 for the Melta, which makes them significantly worse, and you can only take squad sizes of 2, so Obliterators are not it either. The Land Raiders are 240, we went over that in the beginning. The Predator Annihilator and the Predator Destructor are both 130 points. I don't think that those changed. Their abilities also didn't change. The Vindicator is 175, so that is also the updated amount of points. The Defiler is 190 points, so ow. Nope, not for 190 points, not even with the Demon Engine thing. The Forge Fiend is also 190 points, so it did come down a little bit because it was a little too expensive at 200. I think it was at 200. So this, though, is gonna be, it's gonna just auto kill itself sometimes, dude. Like, literally. It's gonna be like, I shoot 3 hazardous weapons to get dev wounds, and I'm +1 a wound, and I take a Dark Pact, and I failed it, and I'm within range of that dude, so I took 3 mortal wounds, plus I took like 2 more failed hazardous rolls, so now I took another 6, and it's just like, damn, that sucks. So the Forge Fiend's 190, the Hellbrute, though, is 130, so still not sure it's worth its points. I'll have to see what it does in the new Codex, because if it has a cool ability, it might be worth 130 points. The Helldrake, 205, nope. The Mauler Fiend is 130, which is great because this thing went down in points a lot. I do like that it can get some magma cutters. It can get 2 of these things, so not a great range, but it does move 10. You might use it in combat sometimes if you're still there. It might be nice there. Overall, though, for 130 points for a toughness 10, 12 wound, 5 up invuln vehicle, yeah, that moves 10, and it just wants to get in combat and punch you at strength 14, AP 2, and D6 +1. Yeah, 130 points is good for that. And we'll see why when we actually do the Codex review, because there's some stratagems that can make them even better, like moving through walls and stuff. The Rhino, 75 points, didn't really change. The Chaos Spawn, they are 70 points. I don't think they changed either. The Khorne Lord of Skulls is 450 points. This thing is also really good because it has the demon keyword. So I don't think these are... Yeah, so anything that has a demon keyword, demon engine keyword. Yeah, 450 points, pretty great. Toughness 13, 24 wounds, really hard to get through with toughness 13. That's a huge break point for a lot of things. Wounding this on 5s with most anti-tank weapons really sucks. And if it gets the demon detachment abilities and get +1 to wound with all of its guns, all of its combat, everything, or get +2 attacks in combat, this thing will just kill so much. For 450 points, it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. The Noctilith Crown is 125 points, so I think that like stayed the same or something. I don't care. Yeah, neither do you. So, Noctilith Crown. Vashtor, he is 190 points and way better in the new Codex. We will talk all about Vashtor once we get to him. But for now, he's 190 points. You're definitely going to see Vashtor on the table. He's going to be leading up that demon engine detachment pretty well. Traitor Guardsmen, they are 70 points for the 10 of them. That's all you get, just 10 guys, 70 points. You probably won't see them on the table very much. Felgor Beastmen, same deal here, unless they change. Alright, so Felgor Beastmen are 85 points for 10, so 8.5 points per model. They have a 5-up save at toughness 4. Like, they're just not there. You know, their combat is just regular old combat. So they can have a power fist with 2 attacks that hits on 5s. Like, you're just not going to take this. Like, you're just going to take Cultist instead. Or some other thing that can scout 6 inches. You're just not going to take these Beastmen. So you'll never see them on the table. The Traitor Enforcer is 65 points. That's the Enforcer and the Ogre and Bodyguard guy. So some more guard stuff that you're never going to see or take, most likely. And that is everything. The only new unit that you guys got was the Chaos Firebrand. Or Cultist Firebrand, I mean. Chaos Firebrand. The Cultist Firebrand is now 45 points. He was like 60 in the index, or in the Codex, which is too much, to say the least. Useless piece of shit that he was. The things here that you really needed, you kind of got, like the Forge Fiend, that went down. It needed to come down a little bit, which it did. So that's going to be nice. You're going to see a lot of these units you're going to see, because the Chaos Codex has a lot of different builds. So you're going to see Forge Fiends in certain builds. Vashtor is a lot better now, so you're going to see Vashtor. Raptors are really, really good. Just a quick, skirmish unit that can get onto objectives. It can deep strike around. It's got 2 melt-a-guns if you need it to. Like, it's nice to have. Like, it's a good unit for 85 points. Same thing with the Warp Talons. Absolute bullshit unit. They're just going to come in there and they're just going to kill everything all the time. You're not going to be able to deal with them, and they're going to need to change that shit. It's going to be like 1 unit per turn can do this or something, and even then, it's still way too good because you can just be like, turn 1, I do a thing, next one does the thing next turn, next one does the thing next turn. It's just, it gets out of control. So that's going to need to get changed, maybe, who knows, we'll see. Venom Crawler going down to 110. You're definitely going to see some Venom Crawlers with Vashdor as well. You'll see the Demon Prince with Wings. He's really good. You're going to see Lord of Skulls sometimes, I think. Legionaries, absolutely. And Legionaries are just super duper good for the reroll wounds. You'll also see Vindicators. You'll also see Predators, Predator Destructors, Predator Annihilators, probably not. Predator Destructors you definitely will see. They stay the same points, but you'll continue to see them now that they have access to a lot of other detachments as well. The Chaos Lord with Jump Pack, he's pretty good. In certain detachments, he can gain access to some other abilities, like that other data sheets have. So he could potentially be pretty cool there. Chaos Lord, he actually went down, so he's really good as well. Being able to just Thunderhammer people with reroll wounds is really, really good. Cultists, they really needed to come down. The Chaos, the Accursed Cultists specifically, they really, really needed to come down. You're definitely going to see more of them as well. Beyond that, I don't play Chaos, so I'm not super duper sure about everything, but Mauler Fiend as well, you'll definitely see Mauler Fiends. So you'll see like Mauler Fiends with Forge Fiends and Venom Crawlers with Vashdor and probably some other stuff. You'll see Chaos Cultists still. You'll definitely see Accursed Cultists, and you'll see Chaos Lords with Jump Packs without Warp Talons, Raptors, you'll see all those things. Now, there is one more part of this we have to talk about, which is, of course, the Emperor's Children. Now, these did not get points as far as I could find, so this is what you get, though. Your army must include Lucius the Eternal, and that model must be your Warlord. Lucius the Eternal and Norse Marines gain the Heretic Astartes faction keyword. You can include Heretic Astartes units in your army, excluding Khorne, Nurgle, and Tzeentch units, even though they do not have the Emperor's Children faction keyword. For the purposes of the Dark Pack ability, your faction is still considered to be Heretic Astartes. In the Select Detachment Rules step, you can select a detachment from the Chaos Space Marines. If you select the Pact-Bound Zealots detachment, each time you select a keyword from a Heretic Astartes unit, to gain, as a result of the Marks of Chaos rule, you must select Slaanesh. Okay. Each time you select a keyword for Demon Prince or Demon Prince with Wings, it must be Slaanesh. Okay. So let's just go over Lucius the Eternal. He has Fights First, Leader, Dark Pact. He's pretty good, though. He's a movement of 6, toughness of 4 with a 3 up, 4 up. He got 5 wounds, leadership 6, OC of 1. Now, he's pretty good, but we don't have the points for him, so we don't know how good he is. He has a Doom Siren, so strength 6, AP 1 damage, 1 flamer. He also has Duelist Sword and Lash of Torment, which is a precision weapon with 8 attacks. Strength 5, AP 2 damage, 2 hitting on 2s. While he's leading a unit, models in that unit have Fights First. He leads Legionaries and Noise Marines. So Legionaries with Fights First and reroll wounds is pretty awesome. And then he has the Armor of Shrieking Souls. Each time this model is destroyed by an enemy unit, the unit must take a leadership test. If passed, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. If the test is failed, the enemy unit suffers D6 mortal wounds. If mortal wounds inflicted this way destroy that enemy unit, set this model back up on the battlefield as close as possible to where it was destroyed, not within engagement range, with D3 wounds remaining. So, he's cool, but he ain't that cool. I know I said he was good. That was until I actually read what he did. So, he's not good. Noise Marines, these guys, what do they come with? So they have a bolt pistol, bolt gun, close combat weapon. Any number can have their bolt gun replaced with a chainsword or a sonic blaster, and then Noise Marine can have a blastmaster. The champion can have the power fist, a curse weapon, all that stuff. The Noise Marine's champion's bolt gun can be replaced with a sonic blaster, okay, or a doom siren. So he just has a doom siren. He has a sonic blaster potentially. I guess you probably give him a power fist. So you're going to have a sonic blaster, or not a sonic blaster, you're going to have a doom siren, Jesus Christ. A doom siren, a blastmaster, and 3 sonic blasters in 1 unit of Noise Marines that we don't have the points for anymore. They do have grenades. They're a Marine profile in every way, except they're only OC1, so they're not like a battle line unit. But otherwise, they're exactly the same as you'd expect from a Space Marine. They have grenades, and then they have this Riotous Cacophony. In your shooting phase after this unit has shot, select 1 enemy unit that was hit by 1 of those attacks, take a battle shock test, and then you can get an icon. So that is what we got for the Emperor's Children. Hopefully they get something useful. These Noise Marines are good though. Getting 2 special weapons per guy, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so that's going to do it for the new Chaos stuff here. All the points, all the Emperor's Children stuff, all of that. If you guys liked the video, demon hammer the like button with your Chaos Lord, hit Nurgle's bell icon, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and check out our other videos as well. We have all kinds of stuff you're going to want to watch. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Chaos suck.